Yeah, man, real bumbo clock and I set the volume 8. This is the music from the my niggas. Yeah, man. Oh, ribby dim, ribby dim. Hey, hey. La 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 la. You man a tribute for Black Uhuru Ray. Hey, hey, hey. Broken microphone, mystic lover sound, a dream of soul. Will my head alone, living in Zion, but Babylon. Broken microphone, mystic lover sound, a dream of soul. Will my head alone, living in Zion, but Babylon. Por soñar soñé que todo cambiaría, por pensar pensé. Luchar a sangre fría sin perder la fe. Viviendo el día a día, más con sentimiento que marcó mi sinfonía. Darle pan al que no puede comer, darle bendición al que sepa renacer. 3000 errores solemos cometer, pero solo un gran hombre los sabrá reconocer. Y me di cuenta hoy de tantas cosas, algunas crudas, otras bastante hermosas. Son los más sabios, personas poderosas, no aquellos bastardos que destrozan nuestras prosas. Es la perdición, mala situación de manchar tu corazón por tu mala acción. Dame una razón para darte mi perdón. Siento que tu alma se consume como el humo de este blon. Derramo poesía, arte mensajero que reclamo cada día. Pretendo ser sincero, más comparto mi alegría con todo caballero que mantenga la presión cuando andamos bajo cero. Sentimientos perdidos con calma, malos actos mancharon tu alma. No pide perdón quien dispara el arma, no sabe que un ladrón se bate con el karma. Broken microphone, mystic lover sound, a dream of soul. Real my head alone, living inside but Babylon. Broken microphone, mystic lover sound, a dream of soul. Real my head alone, living in Zion but Babylon. One I got your respect from volume 8. My niggas on volume 8, this is key on the studio respect. Alright, alright, alright. Bad boy kills, criminal of soul and rich. Money is a gun for me. Respect the nation. Below the time like this, bad boy kills, criminal of soul and
All right, fam, let me take care of this real quick. I forgot. Copyright disclaimer. This content does not belong to Bible Chronicles or claim this intellectual property. The content provided today has and always will belong to the content owner. Bible Chronicles does not have any affiliation with the owner of this property. Bible Chronicles did not intend to make use of any material for the purpose of harvesting gain. However, Title 17 of United States copyright law states material in use can only be done when it's for theological or general educational purposes, and thus Bible Chronicles believes that this principal material falls under fair use, which honors protection under Section 107 of the same U.S. copyright law. All right, fam. If in case you guys are watching live or not, obviously this is going to be a recording, so y'all catch it when you can. Part 4 of the Great Migration. I'm going to try to finish it off today. I think I have enough rest. I should be able to finish it. The other times I started, I could tell my mind was weak. I know I should take a break, fam, but it's not really up to me sometimes. You know what I'm saying? El espíritu te mueve. No, I'm just kidding, man. The spirit does move you, though. It does move you. It does definitely move you. Now regarding the whole intro, man, I can't seem to make this work, fam. I really like it, and I only use it when it's about history that I'm gonna be showing. I won't use it if it's like for this. But like I said, I'm trying to finish this so I can continue in my Monday to Friday milk sessions. Okay, but anyways, on the days where I do show history, you guys will see it. And if any of you guys are newer to this here, I like it a lot. it was provided to me by a brother, and I made some adjustments to it. You know what I'm saying? Not many major ones. I put the sound and put that Bible Chronicles. I'm not very tech savvy, family. It may seem. I mean, I'm technically healthy enough to where I could do a network and things like that, but maybe repair a few things. But when it comes to like graphic designing and all that, nah, man. Nah, I wish I was. Look, check it out. I find that very interesting, and the reason I showed it is because it's really an important part of us so-called, so-called, right? So-called Mexicans, so-called. It's what they call us, so-called. All right. Now, let's go into the class. We were talking about several topics. Major one being our path to Arsarith. Okay. And again, I'm not here to tell you that I am 100% correct. All I'm doing is this, family. Okay. We were told from other schools that we went around the world, went around Africa on water. Okay. Okay. Fine. All right. We were told that. We're now, what I'm showing you is that we went this way. Okay. Now, I'm not telling you that this was a dream, a vision, conjecture, however you guys want to call that word that some of y'all don't even know what it means. Okay. I'm not telling you. I'm showing you guys that it looks reasonably about maybe 90% of a chance that we took this great migration. This great migration right here. Bam. Okay. This one. Clockwise. I mean, counterclockwise. I'm sorry. We didn't go this way. I'm sorry. We went this way. My bad. Right? Yeah, that's weird. We went like this. Right? They're telling us that we went. Okay, that's what they're saying. But we can't track anything on the sea. Let's be okay. Let's be reasonable. Let's be logical, family. You cannot track anyone through the sea unless you have like a submarine or something. Oh, whatever that's called. I'm not in the Marines, guys. I'm not a Navy dude. I forget that name. That whole beep, beep, whatever that thing is. Yeah, you guys know. I'm saying, sorry, man. I'm simple-minded. Forgive me. I'm dumb like that. Oh well, it is what it is. Okay, unless you have that type of engineering, you can't track that. However, what I'm showing y'all is things that are traceable. Okay. Now, you probably wonder, well, I'll take you to it. I'm a simple man, and I like simple things, family. I'll be honest with you. I like to drive my 71 Volkswagen. I'm not lying to y'all, man. I love driving that old Bocho. It's old. It shakes. I got a nice little system in it now. All praises to the Father, man, that he's bringing peace in my mind.
And I'm able to enjoy my family because that's what's important. And I'm able to enjoy these classes, and I do it with joy. Some of y'all sometimes piss me the hell off. I ain't gonna lie to you, because you know what I mean? Even my kids piss me the hell off, man. I don't mean I don't love them. But anyways, maybe I'm gonna act like, man, I'm act like a father, man. Maybe that's my job. Act like Abraham. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys don't want to listen. Abraham's lineage said that he chose Abraham because Abraham would order his household. And it's based on what? Works and faith. So now let's go and be logical here, okay? We're told that we went around Africa on ships on an untraceable map, direction, whatnot, right? That there were some seas involved and winds involved and woo, all that stuff, okay? However, I'm showing you that based on archaeological findings, historical, actual documentation that is, within these Ivy League schools, and biblical sense as well, right? And the fact that I'm a Hebrew, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Ain't no one gonna tell me otherwise. I am not a Mexican. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Nobody in my house believes that we're Mexicans. That is out the door. There's no such thing. My baby girl has a birth certificate under Eli Israel. We are reminded with a stamp of who we are. So now I'm gonna tell y'all with this. We are told we went through a sea which you cannot trace, yet the Most High has everything in his balances, everything in his measure, and he tells us to measure everything, to trace our lineage, to trace our heritage, right? To have everything in writing, marriage, ceremonial, laws, statutes, judgments, everything, but yet not the migration. So, and I look at this, I'm like, wait a minute, that reminds me of James a lot. You know what I'm saying? James 2 says, even so faith, if it hath not works, it is dead alone. It is dead being alone. So, yeah, I guess you're right. There's a chance that we could have gone, you know what I'm saying, through the sea. Yeah, there's a chance. The winds and the Most High, the way it works. However, yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. You see, I dig deep into the history, what exactly we did, where we went through. I am not going to go by some assumption of a dream that makes absolutely no sense, because you need to be a logical man. I'm not yelling, family. I speak this way, okay? I love y'all. Thou believest that there is one God. Thou knowest well. Shoot, the devils also believe and tremble. So if the devil believes, then you guys should believe, but you guys don't believe. But will thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead? Was not Abraham, our father, justified by works? Man, Abraham is all over the Bible. But no, you guys ignore Isaiah 51. It says, thou believest, verse 19, verse 21, was not Abraham, our father, justified by works when he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar? This is another point now. My point being is this: seeing thou hast faith wrought with his works, and by works was faith made perfect. So we are understanding that not only do we have to have faith in what we actually read, but we have to show works in that what we actually are reading. You cannot go by assumptions, family. The Bible doesn't necessarily work that way. You cannot have both. I mean, you cannot have one without the other. You cannot read the Bible without history. You got to have them both. You got to have understanding on both aspects, or then you don't belong in teaching. Matter of fact, some of you guys that are teaching right now, you should stop teaching right now. I'm going to tell you straight up. You should not be teaching. If it burns your spirit, oh well. You have no foundation, you have no understanding, and you're to and fro, and you're confusing people. And you want to know something, why I'm saying this? Because I know now, out of the 10 tribes of Israel that are over here in America, you know who is the biggest freaking thorn? You so-called Mexicans. That's right. Y'all know it's going to burn your spirit. And you know what? I'm saying it porque yo soy raza, mamones. So no se ofendan, okay? And I'm sorry if I'm rough on the edges with y'all, but guess what? We're not children. Even my children, who I love very much, they know how I speak. And we have a great relationship. Obviously, they know I'm a father. My son's my son. But listen, It's tough love, family. You Mexicans are the thorn in our flesh. You know why? Because you guys are hard-headed. You guys don't want to correct nobody. You guys want to correct everyone, but you don't want correction. You want to be leaders, but you don't want to be servants. You know why I don't agree with the chart? Because they say that Mexicans are Issachar, right? You guys aren't donkeys, man. You guys are horrible people. I'm gonna say that with love. Son bien cabrones ustedes, bro. I mean, you guys, listen, cartel in jails, the way we treat each other with family. Come on, man. I'm not sidestepping here. Y'all came over here with us, so I damn well gonna yell at you. Call me Big Papa. I don't give a damn. You hate me for maybe that might just help you guys listen. Maybe that might just help you guys understand. That may just actually make sense to you guys. Here's my face. Look at me and hate my face. Please do. Verse 20. But will thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead? You guys can't go around claiming you somebody and you cannot back it up with your actions when you're not weighing them properly. And you know which ones you guys are lacking the most? Milk. Shoot, we're trying to put together a group, man, and you so-called Mexicans are the hardest ones to talk to. And I'm raza. I sometimes wonder, man, am I? Maybe my family just passed through. You know what I mean? And that's probably why I'm maybe the way I am. I don't know. But I don't understand, y'all. Nos odiamos tanto que hasta ni siquiera nos queremos juntar con las otras tribus. No. Yo porque yo estoy plantado en mi modo. Es mi highway or the byway, or however y'all say it. It's my highway or the highway. What don't you guys say it all the time? I grew up with it. The mom didn't agree. Pues a la chingada, ya me voy. Ya vete pues, vieja. Órale pues, ya me voy. Quick to leave. And you're a very confusing tribe. We're trying to show love to you guys. And you guys are like, whoop. No me hables, güey. No me hables, güey. No. Yo soy bien cabrón. Yo entiendo todo. Yo sé mi doctrina. For God's sakes, listen. If you guys are the tribe of Issachar, okay? Do us a favor. Shut your mouth. And learn. And just learn. Because you're not acting like you got zeal. It's incorrect. You're angry. You're bitter. F the white man. F the Hispanics. Because you guys are conquistadors. You don't agree with our 12-type chart. You so-called Mexicans that I talk to, right? You guys are stuck on that 12-type chart. And you try to tell us something that's not real. You got Sakari trying to teach us, pues, tú sabes que los mexicanos y los puertorriqueños, ellos se llevan muy bien. Ay, sí, se quieren tanto. Se abrazan y se besan las nalgas. Come on, man. You don't know. That's why you have the Puerto Rican and Mexican boxing rivalry. We hated each other up until the Bible came in. And now, like, I don't understand. Listen, you tribes, I'm yelling at y'all right now because I want to continue with this class. Okay? You're the tribe in the thorn right now. You are the thorn in the northern kingdom leg. You guys need to humble yourselves. Seriously. Straight up. I mean, we all do. Without a doubt, we all do. But some of us are actually like trying to, man. Listen, James 2:2, it says, 22. See, thou hast faith wrought with his works, and by works was faith made perfect. And the scriptures was fulfilled, which saith, Abraham believed God, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness. And he was called the friend of God. You guys don't believe the Most High. You see, there's this thing called, ¿cómo se dice? Like, for example, let's say you got 10 people in a room, and then 2 of you guys are not correct, and everybody else agrees, but yet 2 of you guys are like disagreeing. Usually the majority is correct. So the majority of the tribes want to gather, but it seems to me that a particular tribe who does know who they are ain't trying to feel it. Not one Passover, not one tabernacle, not one camp. Unless there's a so-called African American in that camp, y'all are there. But if there's none, you guys can't do it. Why? Oh, I wonder. Check your DNA, for God's sakes. Ye see then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith only. So again, I'm not gonna base it on faith that we went around the rivers of Africa and the seas, and I'm not gonna assume that every freaking Mexican is my people anymore. I never really did. But I know there's a lot of Spaniards in y'all and Canaanites in you guys. I'm starting to see it. You should have zeal for the Lord and believe him. And that's why he's called the friend of God. Why do you think I'm trying to apply all the most basic simplified laws? Malachi, communicate, Zephaniah, Matthew 18, have a humble heart, be at peace with all men. Things of that nature. Galatians 6. Guys, come on, guys. Those are things, simple things. And you guys should just overlook them. Again, see ye then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith only. Likewise also was not Rahab the harlot justified by works, when she had received the messenger and was sent them on the other way? For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead. See, you guys need to have more faith. You see, you know what? You want to know what I think it is? I don't think you guys really believe you're Israel, because a lot of you guys still stuck on being Mexican. For real. I see you guys with the Mexican flags. I see it. So raza, güey, so raza. I see it. You guys are too afraid to dive in 100%. You need to check your spirit. You're too stuck on being Mexican. Too stuck. Y'all are Hebrews, or you're not. You're either Spaniards, or you're not, or you're a Hebrew. You're either a Canaanite, or you're a Hebrew. A Phoenician, or you're a Hebrew. A Philistine, a Hittite. All the ones in Judges 3:5. You're either them, or you're the other ones, or you're a Hebrew. Make up your freaking mind. This goes for those you that are in Sakari. I don't IUIC, not so much, because IUIC doesn't it doesn't really roll that way. But in Sakari and GMS, and I think ISUPK, you got these raza, so-called Mexicans. They say they're Hebrews, but they got the Mexican flag like dummies. Come on, wake up, people. Why are we so simple? I'm sorry. I know I've been told, hey man, you gotta be a little soft with some. Hey, I apologize, brother. I'm not mocking you, man. I don't have it in my spirit to be nice like that, bro. I just don't. You know, I wasn't raised that way, man. My mom and my dad were not like sugarcoating anything. I was raised, I guess the right way. And even then I was messing up. So imagine if they didn't put hands on me. Woo! I would have been worse. So now, let's get to it. I know you guys are probably tired of me yelling. You know what I mean, man? At least 20 minutes of me. Anyhow, remember, we left off here, family, in the we started in the second chapter, the Great Migration. In the third one, we were in Anacalypsis. Okay, you guys remember this book? The big book, not the big book. From Godfrey Higgins, okay? It just gives us just additional information, just historical facts on Abraham, the Magi, the Ur of the Chaldees, the Persians, the relationship together with them. All of that matters. All of that matters. We also learned about Josephus, what he said, how we were ranging from the Euphrates River, which is basically sojourning in the Ur of the Chaldees, all the way through India and in even parts of Asia. I mean, obviously Israel as well, right? Prior to Canaan being in that area. I don't subscribe to this book. I've been reading it. I'm just studying it right now. I don't subscribe to it yet. I need to confirm it. But I do have one that says that Canaan shouldn't have been there in the first place, and that's why we went in there and whooped their ass, which we're doing it again. Just saying. All right, we talked about the ziggots, the pyramids. You guys remember that? the zero goods. Hold on, let me see if I can show you. Boom. Give me a second. The zero goods. The zero goods. Let's see. Boom. We talked about these things right here. This right here. Remember that? The similarities, right? This is from the brother. Los indios son israelitas. Israelitas. Y Siria, México, los indios somos israelitas. Sigurats. En inglés se pone doble R. ¿Ok? Fíjense la similitud. Just the similarities, family. We read this book. This is from the book called The Jesuits of the Incas, right? And in this book, this guy, this so-called renowned writer, Valera, he completely says we're not the people of Israel, right? But quite frankly, he's basically putting us back in there. Okay? He's putting us back in there. Okay? So now, as you can see, peripheral history, major theme, Valera's writings, and all of that stuff. All right. So we're there right now. Let's see. And then we went over just basic stuff from the Chaldeans. Okay. The Chaldeans. So as you can see here. So I'm just going over the things that we had covered. Let me see here real quick. Hold on a second, fam. How come I'm not showing it? Ah, no wonder. What an idiot. Let me see. Are you guys even telling me anything? Hey, I know I don't watch Chatter, fam, but you could give me a warning for God's sakes, man. God, ooh. I don't know, man. I don't know about some of y'all. Anyhow, as I was saying, I was going over different things that we watched. The Zeragods, you know what I'm saying? The similarities, the book that I showed you, the Jesuits of the Incas, you know what I mean? Like all those things shows like I wanted to emphasize Chaldeans, the the Chaldeans, our facade. It is important to understand why that name came about often, and then why you have like Arab tribe. In fact, let me see. Oh, that's right. I got something new too, Pam. Hold on a second. Give me a second. Mhm. I didn't put it in there. Okay. I thought it was in there. How come it's not in there? Did it not load? Give me a second, family. Oh, I know why. I'm gonna show you this real quick. I also found this out. Just want to add to it, and I'm gonna show you that video that you guys are watching. Well, that you guys got to see. This is from. Hey, family, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. If you guys are offended by what I say, oh well. Oh well. It is what it is. It is what it is. Move on. Here, I'll show you. I'll read this to you guys. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything here, fam. I'm not. We're too much of adults. Isaiah 30, chapter 9, it says that these is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. If you guys want that, this ain't the channel for it. It's not. What I do is I try to show facts. All right. So now we're gonna read this book called here. Just little extras. Perú primitivo. Notas sueltas. Por Pablo Patrón. Okay. Es en Lima, 1902. It's in Spanish. Dice, de los reinos del Eufrates y el Tigris han venido a América. En época remota, los quechuas y aymares, pobladores principales del Tahuantinsuyo, esta rotunda afirmación descansa en un hecho científico. Los idiomas quechuas y aymara provienen del sumero y del asirio. Patentizado el estrecho parentesco de ambos grupos lingüísticos, el asiático y el americano. Un reguero de luz ha disipado la oscuridad, brumas del pasado. La unidad de expresión del pensamiento conserva después de tantos siglos como han transcurrido desde que los hombres de la Mesopotamia inmigraron a América. No ha podido ser, por su naturaleza, un hecho aislado. Ha debido traer consigo identidades y semejanzas en las creencias y costumbres, en los conocimientos y artes de esos pueblos, capaces por sí solas de revelar su común origen, por más que hoy los contemplemos separados por la inmensa cuenca del Pacífico, sin saber aún cuándo ni cómo pasaron de un continente a otro. Si el alma de un pueblo palpita en su lengua, sus sentimientos más íntimos respecto de sí mismo y de la naturaleza que lo rodea viven en sus ideas religiosas. Cuando se posee lo que podría llamarse la metafísica primitiva, el concepto que a un pueblo se ha formado viene siendo que los quechuas y los aymares son ¿de dónde? De Siria. Notas sueltas. Fíjense esto otro, ¿eh? Ese es Gutiérrez Tibón. Historia del nombre de la función de México. Ese es como mi apellido, pero sin la Z. Gutiérrez. Bueno, el apellido que me dio el fregado, driver, slaver. Ahí les va. Dice aquí en página 103. A ver, ¿dónde vamos? A ver. Dice aquí su principio. I know you guys can't see that well, fam. I'm going to try to read it for you. Let me see. Maybe I could save it. Show you something. Okay. Ahí les va, Página 103 dice, su principal dios o ídolo tenía dos nombres. Conviene saber Huitzilopochtli y el otro es Metzli. Demostrará en el 5º capítulo que el héroe o numen oponido de su ciudad es una creación posteriori, fenómena universal. Dice, antes de evocar las interpretaciones de Metzli, recordemos el pretendido origen bíblico, judíaco del nombre y sobre todo de la estirpe, escribe Fray Diego Durán. Dice, en 1570 dice, para que clara y manifestantemente se vea, discúlpeme, déjame leerlo una vez más, para que clara y manifiestamente se vea, quiero que se consideren los ritos, las idolatrías y supersticiones que tenían. El ir a sacrificar en los montes, debajo de los árboles sombríos, a las cuevas y cavernas de la tierra, en encender y quemar incienso, toda ceremonia judíaca de aquella 10 tribus de Israel. Y lo que más fue fuerza a creer que estos indios son de línea hebrea es la extraña pertinacia que tienen en nos desarraigar de si estas idolatrías y supersticiones yendo y viviendo a ellos como se ve de sus antepasados. So aquí estamos viendo claramente de que, pues, the Hebrews are the Hebrews. A ver qué dice aquí. Acuérdense dónde quedamos en la página. Fíjense lo que lee este. Dice aquí arriba. Hebreo, caldeo y sirio es lo mismo que de mi Mesías, México, Hebriaisi, Caldeasi, Siriasi, and I guess it's Latin. El Punei, Mestice, whatever. Y si el Mesías le dio el nombre como de su linaje, Genus Meum, honrado a México con el apellido de su real persona, Mesiasgo fue por feliz pronóstico de los que en el sabio de enlazar la verdadera religión del Mesías, así viene a ser este su más honroso título. Dice, y los idiomas de hebreos, caldeos y sirios es lo mismo México que Mesías. Y el propio Mesías le dio el nombre. Y esta es su más honorífico título y venturoso pronóstico, ya que en la voz hacia, no sé cómo le dice esa palabra porque no le entiendo esa cuarta palabra, letra, la verdadera religión de Cristo, prometido Mesías a uno y a otro mundo, y a México aún con el apellido de su real persona y mesiasgo. There is, honestly, fam, something to be proud of. Don't get me wrong, but you're right. You're on the right track, but you're on the wrong train. It's not a title to keep. It's a title, family. Because Mexicas are based out of like tons of tribes. So you guys got to remember okay, understand the tribe and know you Hebrews. Because if you ain't Hebrews, then you ain't this book. And you're wasting your time listening to this channel. You need to make up your minds. What are you? We're great people. Don't get me wrong. Let me see what else here. Meshi el Mesías. And then another thing, just so you guys know, okay? Let me read this here. Let me see. No nos extraña, pues, que el dominio Fray Gregorio García, 1554, 1600. Here, let me magnify it. I hate doing that to y'all, man. I don't like that. Here it goes. Close this stuff up. It's making me mad. It says here, Meshi el Mesías. No nos extraña, pues, que el dominico Fray Gregorio García, 1554 a 1627, vea en México un nombre hebreo debido al hecho obvio de que los mexicanos descienden de la tribu perdida de Israel. Messi es el Mesías y México, la ciudad de Mesías, la ciudad de Jesucristo y no de Huitzilopochtli. Miren, hermanos, para que vean, les voy a enseñar algo. Fíjense. Esto es para mexicano. Fíjense. Les voy a enseñar esto para que vean. Hasta el propio himno les está diciendo quién son. Pero no entiendo. A ver, ahí les va. A ver, que alguien me explique. Escuchen muy bien lo que dice, ¿eh? Fíjense. Escuchen esto. Ciña, oh patria, sus sienes de oliva, de la paz del arcángel divino. Matter of fact, I'm going to play it and then I'll rewind it. Que en el cielo tu eterno destino por el dedo de Dios se escribió. En el propio himno les está diciendo algo. Pero a la misma vez los está confundiendo para que se queden con ese nombre. Hermanos, ustedes valen mucho más que la palabra mexicana. Ese nomás es un título, hermanos. Nosotros no somos mexicanos. Somos hebreos. Que la chingada, pues, así se dice, ¿no? Yo tenía un vecino que me decía, que la chingada, pues, pásame la recta, güey. Así me decía. Se enfadaba porque era, he wanted a rope, dude. I was trying to help him. He's old man. He was cool, though. Cool dude. Pásame la recta, güey. Hey, listen, man, I love my people. Don't get me wrong. I love our gente, man. Especially my raza, dude. Like my tribe, at least that's where I'm from, Mexico. So I'm going to get to yell at y'all. That's why. It's because I love y'all. Fíjense, otro origen de los indios del Nuevo Mundo de India. Sabrá Dios qué año, está bien viejo este libro. Se me hace que esto los encontré del hermano. Los indios son israelitas, se me hace, no me acuerdo muy bien, porque también yo hago unas investigaciones, no crean que soy un tonto. Página 298 dice, en la Nueva España, el elite nombre México, al cual, como lo advierte el padre Fray Esteban de Salazar, es hebreo, y así se pone en el Salmo segundo, y quiere decir Christus Eisus. Y aunque ahí en aquella provincia es nombre de una ciudad, y acá en el Salmo, nombre que daban los hebreos a los reyes y sacerdotes y a Cristo nuestro Señor, que ellos esperaban, esperaban, ¿se me hace? Aún de venir a redimirlos, pero no se preparó en eso, que bien pudieron acordar ese nombre una ciudad, porque del caudillo que traían los que aprobaran a México se llamaban Messi, y como otro escriben Meshi, y como otros escriben Meshi, y de este de Riño, después el nombre de aquella ciudad. Y el que da su nación, como vemos que hay muchas ciudades y provincias y naciones que tiene el nombre de quien las pobló, fue su principio y origen. Nótese el nombre Messi, que es realmente hebreo, y cuadra maravilla salme al caudillo cabeza y capitán de los mexicanos. It's just the title family. Fíjense. Pueden leerlo ahí. Les voy a enseñar eso también. Ahora vamos a... Let's get to the point. Here we go. Let me finish it off. Let's go to 2nd Ezra now. I think I've had enough. 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and verse 40. Watch what it says here, okay? Let's go to it. Let's go. It says here, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land. Here, I'm going to read it like this. See, watch. Those are the 10 tribes which are carried away prisoners out of their own land, right? in the time of Hosea, the king, who Salmanassar, king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters. Hold on, let me pause right here. Hosea, king of Salmanassar, the king of Assyria, and led away captive. Okay, so here's like the kingdom of Assyria right here. Here's your Euphrates. So they get here, conquer northern kingdom, and bring them back. Okay, now you can find that. You can start seeing that in 2 Kings 17, 5 and 6. Because I believe Jeremiah, is it Jeremiah? I think I should have wrote it down. Let me see. Oh, that's right. I'm going to read this. I'm going to show you guys this, but I'm going to read this on this end. I got, remember the New Oxford and Annotated Apocrypha. I'm going to read it. That's right. I was going to read it this way. I'm glad I remembered. Okay, so here we go. It says here, we're in verse 10. These are the, well, it says there are 9 tribes, but I'm going to, I don't know why it says 9, but it says, these are the 10 tribes that were taken away from their own land into exile in the days of King Hosea. Okay. Whom Salmanassar, king of Assyrians, made captives. So now if we look at 2 Kings 17, 5 and 6, it says here. Yeah, let me just bring it over. Then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land and went up to Samaria and besieged it 3 years. And in the 9th year of Hosea, king of Assyria, took Samaria and carried Israel away into Syria and placed them in Halah and in the harbor by the river of Gazan in the cities of the Medes. Okay? So as you can see, like around here, right? The Assyrians. Okay? Now, we know that this happened around 730 something BC. Okay? So now let's go back to 2nd Esdras 13 and start at verse 40 again. All right? Then it says, and these, here, I'll read it here. And these are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea, who Salmanassar, king of Assyria, led away captive and carried them over the waters, meaning the Euphrates, so they came into another land. Okay? Then it says here, but they took counsel among themselves. So now, what do you mean they took counsel among themselves? Because after 2 Chronicles 36:22, meaning here, after this conquering, after this completely done, now in the first year of King Cyrus, right? King Cyrus then became king. King Cyrus then overthrew Assyria. And when he overthrew Assyria, here's what happened. Now in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, that the word of the Lord spoke by the mouth of Jeremiah might be accomplished, the Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia, that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom. Remember, Persia covered all the India and all the Asia, and put it also in writing, saying, this saith Cyrus, king of Persia, all the kingdom of the earth hath the Lord God of heaven given me, and he hath charged me to build him a house in Jerusalem, which is in Judah. Who is there among you of all his people? The Lord God will be with him, and let him go up. Okay, so now let's go back to 2nd Esdras. So now we know that in verse 41, we are free now, but they took counsel among themselves. So this didn't happen overnight, family. You had to have the decree, you had to go through all that process. All right. Then it says, then they would leave the multitude of the heathen. So if they're here, they're free to go. I can always assume, I'm without a doubt, we're migrating people. We had to have moved this way. We moved. And we realized all of this here was idolatry. Isn't that what Abraham experienced too? Idolatry right here. Shiva, Brahma, Hindu, I think it's the same thing. Buddha, Zoroastrianism, all of those religions have been around for a long time, fam. It's not new under the sun. Okay? So keep that in mind. That says, but they took counsel that they would leave the multitude of the heathen here, these areas, and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. Now we know that we came here. So if you take it by what we were taught, oh yeah, we went around the ocean. And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow place of the river. So then they decided to leave. Right? Then it says here, verse 44, for the Most High then showed signs. Remember, I forgot to show you Deuteronomy 29, 28. Just to remind you. And the Lord rooted them out of their own land in anger and in wrath and in great indignation and cast them into another land as it is this day. What happened? Put the chain. Okay. Wait a minute here. Deuteronomy 28. So as you can see, we were cast out, fam. We were cast out. We were cast out. Okay. So now let's go back to where we were. We'll lose y'all. Come on, man. Stop doing that. All right. Let's see. We go back. I don't want to lose you guys. Stick around. This is all milk, basically. This is still milk. Still milk. You know what I mean? You got to know this. 2nd Ezra 13:43. And they entered into the Euphrates, but they entered into Euphrates by the narrow place of the river. Now, watch this. For the Most High then showed signs for them. Pause right there. See, you guys just go, for the Most High then showed signs and sailed to the flood. No. There's a comma here. Do you realize in from one sentence to the other, it could be months, even years from one verse to another. For the Most High then showed signs for them. If you're coming here. Now, why do I believe that we went this route? Give me a second, fam. For the Most High then showed signs, right? So, as you can see, he had to have showed signs. So why am I saying that we went this route? Because look, listen, I shared it with you guys yesterday. I'm gonna share it with you again. It's too much documentation to believe that we went another route. It's just too much. Watch this. It says from the description of the West Indies in 1620. Look what it says here, and number 55. Watch this real quick. It says here, Ezra says that at the close of this extended journey, they colonized and lived in that region, which is called Arsareth. The region, a part of Arsareth. That very learned Arthur Genebrad in book 1 of his chronology states that Arsareth is the extreme point of Great Tartary. I'm going to show you that in a little bit. In Scadia, and it is a cape of promontory, which is the boundaries of land or landmark dividing the old world from the new, above the Straits of Anain, right? Then it says, and near which they crossed from the country to New Spain. So they could have gone that route or by India and China, since there, meaning India and China, right? Here, this migration, okay? Here. Watch this. Here. This migration, you know what I'm saying? What I'm talking about, that we went like that, right? Right there. Right there. Why would we go this way? That's a long way. Whereas this one, nobody knew this place. You understand what I'm saying? All right. So now, oh, come on, man. Give me a second. I don't like when it does this. Give me a second, fam. Let me close some of this stuff. It's kind of distracting me a bit. Here goes there. So we understand that, right? So they could have gone by that route or by India and China, since there, in that region, right, of Cathay, the people inhabiting that country keep the Old Testament and the law of Moses, although with many superstitions besides. This is a full and sufficient proof that members of the 10 tribes passed through there and settled there, since that it is clear from their observation of the law. Okay, so now let's go back. Then it says, verse 44. Let's go to 43. And when they entered into Euphrates by the narrow place of the river, for the Most High then showed signs for them. So as you can see, based on that book, they could have gone through India and Asia, because why? They kept the laws there. I got a map that shows several synagogues in the ancient routes. And then now, once they walk through there, then it says, and held still the flood. And held still the flood. All right, watch. Held still the flood. Held still the flood. Let's see. Right here. Right here. Show them signs. And then here. Held the floods. Here's Arsareth. Okay? Watch this. For the Most High then showed signs for them and held still the flood till they were passed over. So it looks like we were showed a direction. Then he held the floods for us. And then we passed over. Then 45 says, for through that country, after we passed over, there was a great way to go, namely a year and a half. And that same region is called Arsareth. You see, it's the same region. It's not the region. It's the same region. Meaning what? It belonged to the Great Tartaries, from their understanding at this time, right? But right here, Stretto de Anian, Arsareth. You see that, fam? This is where the entrance of Arsareth is, or the entrance of Straits of Anian, or Treches, or Straits, or the Anian. Right here. So that sounds to me like this is a region of Arsareth. So they considered Arsareth this here too. Okay? Because it says the region. A region is not the actual land. It's part of. Because, well, guess what? Then he'll still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country was a great way to go, namely a year and a half, in the same region is called Arsareth. So now I know from my understanding that there's a history regarding the Mexicas, or the people traveled around until they found the actual land, right? Or Tenochtitlan. Watch this. Then dwelt they there until the latter times. Are we not here yet? And now when they shall begin to come, the highest shall stay the springs of the stream again, that they may go through. Therefore saw thou the multitude of peace. So that means that and now we're going to go through the wilderness one more time. What's he going to do if we went through this place? Is he going to put us all on boats again and send us back this way with this technology? No, man. You see what I'm saying? It makes no sense, fam. Listen, I don't go by stories. I go by facts. That's why it says here, facts tell, stories sell. Okay? That's what I go by. I don't go by nothing else. All right? If you look at that, now watch this real quick. Isaiah chapter 11. I'm almost done because this is basically it. Isaiah chapter 11, verse 15 and 16. It says, and the Lord shall utterly destroy the tongues of the Egyptian sea, and with his mighty hand, a mighty wind shall he shake his hand over the river, and shall smite it over the 7 streams, and make them go over dry shod. See that, fam? And there shall be a highway for the remnant of his people, which shall be left from the Assyria, like as it were to Israel in the day that they came out of the land of Egypt. You guys need to pay attention to this. And shall smite it in 7 streams, and make men go over dry shod? You guys decide. That's why, fam, I keep telling you, man, the Ur of the Chaldees, it is a significant point for us. You see, Christopher Columbus had an idea. He knew who we were. We have a lot of documentation, family. Yeah, I wrote this scripture down. Let me see. No. That's right, family. We got to do this. Look, it's not complicated. I mean, I don't want to make it all suspenseful, man. It's not complicated. Isaiah 51:1, hearken to me, ye that follow after righteousness, ye that seek the Lord. Look unto the rock whence ye are hewn, and to the hole of the pit whence ye are digged. Look unto Abraham your father. Look unto Abraham your father. There's a lot of documentation showing that we have very similar, I guess, ways with people in that area. We call it the Ayaman, right? Aymar, the Ayamar. Watch this real quick. Is there a map? Where's the map at? Let me see. Ayamar. Let's see. No, it's not this one. Hang on a second. I'm trying to look for something. Here it goes. Ayamar, right? Look at this. Ayman. That's crazy. And then look at this one. Chilam. Too many similarities, man. You guys can't ignore these things anymore. I'm sorry. Cannot ignore this anymore. Look. This is Persia. You see here? These are synagogues. Synagogue, a couple of here. Synagogue here, synagogue there, synagogue there. I wish I had a real clear one. Well, obviously, this is Israel. These are ancient routes. Genghis Khan synagogue right here. Genghis Khan King synagogue. Well, right here. Genghis Khan, 11 something AD, Jewish something. That's why it says they could have gone this route, because the Old Testaments were kept here, even with superstitions. And we resemble all of these people, fam. Arabs, Indians, and Asians. That's America right here. Arabs, Indians, and Asians. I mean, those are facts. I'm not here to convince you guys on anything. You either believe me or you don't. Do your homework. Come on, fam. Let's be real. Let's be logical here. You cannot trace this map on water. You cannot trace anything on water. It's easy to confuse people if it's just on water. Again, show me your faith without works, and I will show you my faith by my works. This is my faith, because I'm proving that we went this route. Because see, I don't care about skin color or what you guys prefer to look like. I don't give a damn about that. I want to know the truth. I want to know the truth. And I'm not about to let anybody teach us falsehood anymore. Let me end it with this, family, because honestly, this is what they're teaching. Listen, you so-called Hispanics, you so-called Native Indians that are in these camps, I'm not trying to hate on y'all, man. But this is what they're teaching. When you show up to a camp, let's say you're out there in the street. Hey, you've never heard this. I'm going to show you. They go to Revelation 1:14 to tell you that the Messiah is black with woolly hair. Okay, let's say he is. But they don't stop there. Then they go to 1 Corinthians, just to give you examples of a few. 1 Corinthians 15:42 or 52. And they go, listen, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised uncorruptible, and we shall be changed. So now that what they're saying is the Messiah black, then they're saying that we're going to be changed, right? And then they're saying, remember, don't forget that we migrated through Africa, and that's why we don't look African looking. That's what they're saying. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So they're saying because we mix with the other nations, we have a corruptible body, okay? And they say the Messiah is a woolly-haired black man, and so are they. And then it says in verse 52, we shall be changed. Changed into what? Changed into what, Ak? What are we going to be changed into, Ak? Philippians 3:21. Who shall change our vile body? You so-called Mexican. You so-called Puerto Rican. You so-called Peruano. Right? You that are not gifted in height and speed and strength and all. You who have a vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body. Whose? The black Messiah, the man with woolly hair and dark skin. This is One West doctrine. So they're teaching you guys that you're going to turn into a black individual, a black man, African-American or a Hamite. I don't know what they think that you're going to look like. So my question to you black people are, no offense and all, but what the F are you going to look like then? When your corruptible body turns into incorruptible? More black? More woolly? I'm being real, fam. Make it make sense. So no, I'm going to stick to logic, and I'm going to continue to show my works by my faith, because I'm going to continue to search and confirm, are we Israel? Yes. And I'm going to continue to show my gente that you guys are Israel. I don't need to be convinced anymore. I know I'm a Hebrew of the Hebrews. Do you guys know? Are you 1 foot in and 1 foot out? You need to ask yourself, are you really, sincerely, do you got zeal for the Lord? So you so-called Hispanics who are kind of angry, supposedly don't want to come together, you know why? Because you guys don't believe. You guys aren't really sure if you're Hebrews. That's why. You doubt yourself. Because if you knew that you were and you felt it in your faith and all, you'd come together. You'd humble yourselves. Because that's what a true Hebrew does. He knows that power comes through humility. A true Hebrew understands that strength comes through humility. 1 Corinthians 2:9, I might end it with that. It says, but as it is written, eyes had not seen nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which God had prepared for them that love him. You guys have no idea what it's like on this side. Anyhow, man, that's all I got, family. I hope it's edifying. You know what I mean? I know y'all gonna leave. I wanted to play this for you real quick because again, this is like the last history class for the week. I'm gonna go back into milk starting tomorrow. Okay. Because honestly, I need a rest now. My throat is hurting me again. I don't know why, man. Maybe I need to chill a couple days. Maybe I might just do that. Brother told me to do that. He may be right. Anyhow, I got this song because obviously these songs mean something to me, and there's a message in this one. You know what I'm saying? I always look at it like this: why are we going to other people to tell us who we are? Y'all need to start digging in the Bible, man. It's our book. Remember, we haven't had it for 500 years, fam. Oh, you don't believe me? I'm just gonna show you. I'm not going to read it. Watch. Let's see. Right here. This is from the Lutheran Witness. Okay. The first edition of the Bible in Mexico was printed in Latin and in Spanish in Mexico City in 1831 and 1833. It appeared in 25 volumes with an atlas and cost over $200, so that it will still remain a prohibited book to the great majority of the people. Damn. Look at this. The printing press came to Mexico. This was in September 9th, 1900, by the Lutheran Witness. The printing press came to Mexico in 1539. For in that year, there was printed in Mexico a brief compendium of the Christian doctrine, meaning the Credo, Ave Maria, Padre Nuestro, and that's it. It says that was just 81 years before the Mayflower brought the first pilgrimage to the Plymouth Bay. From 1539 to 1810, when the Imperial Immortal Hidalgo raised the city of Mexican independence, or during the 271 years of Spanish rule or misrule in Mexico, Spain not only did not give Mexico a Bible, but sternly prohibited the publication of any part of the sacred scriptures in the language of the Mexican people. That prohibition is still in force with regards to the printing of the Bible in any of the 52 languages. This is the book, The Lutheran Witness. $500 years, fam. 500 years of not having the Bible. 500 years. So I beg you, don't depend on other people. Don't depend on me. Confirm what I share and let the Spirit bear witness. All right? All right, fam. So again, I'm going to do the whole ending thing. Stick around because I got a song to play y'all. It's a message to my so-called Latino brothers and sisters. We need to stop letting other people show us and tell us who we are according to the Bible. We got to come together and work this out. All right, fam? Anyhow, appreciate y'all being around. Lord willing, I'll see you in another class.
Hey, pure nigga on a microphone, studio of the own, gangsta song, Marina Komova. It's a champion general flow. Listen, my reggae music is lower. Climb the tower, feel the warrior eternal power. Marina Komova. It's a champion general flow. Listen, my reggae music is lower. Climb the tower, feel the warrior eternal power. Escucha Dios si aún estás por este mundo. Voy a robarte tan solo 3 segundos. Quiero mandar tu mensaje muy profundo y pedirte disculpas por si me confundo. Soy un humano más que vaga en estos páramos, que se pregunta qué pasa si nos amáramos. Pero la guerra nos separa, así que páranos y únenos de nuevo, por favor, como quisiéramos. Ve al humano maltratar a su mujer, divisa al pueblo roto por su falta de poder. Sigo viendo al niño muriendo sin comer y al rico atragantarse tan solo por placer. Quedamos pocos mensajeros del honor, fieles servidores del humano con valor, nobles narradores de palabra con amor. Solo faltas tú para guiar nuestro interior. It's a champion general flow. Listen, my reggae music is lower. Climb the tower, feel the warrior eternal power. Marina Komova. It's a champion general flow. Listen, my reggae music is lower. Climb the tower, feel the warrior eternal power. Sé que no es fácil nadar en estas aguas, ni mantener el rumbo en este sin razón. Sé que me quemo si camino en la fragua. Este es mi deber cuando recibí mi don. Podría hablar sobre coches y dinero, pero no quiero, por eso soy la voz del guero. Prefiero mantener mi arte mensajero, luchar junto al humilde para destruir el clero. Unos tienen tanto y otros quieren tan poco. Esta melodía me está volviendo loco. Pido a Kion que limpie lo que toco. Él destruye el muro en el que normalmente choco. La tierra muere y morirá callada. Creaste un suelo de arena malgastada. Nos diste ciencia y eso no te avala. Ella da respuestas, tú no dices nada. Sé que mi fe no va mal, pero aquí debajo todo sigue igual. Luchamos por vivir algo que es normal. Por eso lo divino jamás será mortal. Oh, my nigga, feel the rasta, you nigga, no my nigga. Hey, escuela, haciendo fresco lo que siento desde el alma. quizás hable sin sentido, pero al malvado hay que darle su merecido. Mira al diablo en que me ha convertido, pidiéndole consejos a un desconocido. My brother come over, it's a champion general.